They all had to be in scale. They had to all work together, all 6-inch or whatever.
You were already like a figure mark back then.
Well, no, I was just
like, that doesn't work for me, brother.
I already had some problems, I guess. That's the thing.
They usually start at a young age.
It all needs to be the same. Sometimes you get these old properties that were released years ago that just poof, they're gone. Whether it be a Green Ranger or maybe even a wrestling figure that you can't get anymore, it's something that's going to cost an arm and a leg on the secondary market. So it's cool when they re-release stuff. And today we are looking at some re-releases, specifically some Power Ranger re-releases, and what other things we think there's room for re-releasing. And we saw recently they re-released things such as the Red Ranger helmet. You get that big red toy store still, the $80 price tag. They re-released the Green Ranger's Dagger. That is on sale. It is for purchase for $70 also.
It is not on sale, but
these are pre-orders. And then they also, which is already sold out, they have the White Ranger helmet for $80, and it's sold out. It's sold out quick in a matter of days, if not a day. So these are things that they've recently brought out. I think they're pretty cool. I tempted to get that Dagger, but I don't have a need for it. Like, I don't know what I'll do with it. I just do this maybe once.
Put it on your Power Ranger shelf.
Yeah, but I already don't have much room on there. But, it is a display piece, and you could definitely have this as, like, it could be a centerpiece for a display if you wanted.
Oh, definitely.
But that White Ranger helmet, I was tempted already to get that. But I never did it, and here we are. So, I mean, it's an investment, essentially, because these things already went up in price, and this is already sold out, so...
Oh yeah, and then once it actually ships and people get their hands on it and can take pictures of it like in hand, it's gonna go up. Yeah.
So I mean, it's cool they do these re-releases. Anything you can think about that you think would be good for re-releases?
So like mine actually is along the line of the Power Ranger, since that's what we're talking about. They've been re-releasing and doing like retro releases of a bunch of things, but my personal favorite Power Rangers toys growing up were the I think they were 8-inch.
The big ones.
Yeah, the big guys with like the articulation and like they were really fun. Inevitably, after playing with them for a while, the articulation would get worn down and they would just be like limp all the time. Oh yeah. But I love those figures, man. I played with those probably more than almost any other like figure when I was between the ages of like 5 to 7, I would say. I love those things, and I still played with them. Like I still remember the last one I still had was the Black Ranger, and all the decals had like worn off of him. He had like nothing. He had lost his gear. He was just a shell of himself, but I still was able to use him for like my Fig Feds and stuff like that. You can get those reasonably priced, but I would like the ability to get them like in pristine packaging, and also with that line, if they could either release a Green Ranger, which did come out in that line, but not individually, you had to get the Zord to get it, or re-release that Zord. That Zord is one of my grail items because that thing is pricey, especially mint on card, which is how I want it. But if they could just release like the whole Ranger set with the Green Ranger, even though it wasn't originally included, there you go. Those guys, if you could get the Green Ranger in there too and just do like a 6-pack, I mean... I want those. I want them so bad. And I had those at one point in my collection, mint on card, and I sold them during one of my purges. And ever since then, I've regretted it. Like, that's something that I am like, I need to get my hands back on those at some point, and I will. But I would be down to buy them, since I'm going to keep them mint on card. I would be totally down to buy them as reproductions. Yeah,
give me a 30th anniversary sticker on it or whatever, and just let's go. Like I think those are fine for repros, and I think that's a great thing. And I didn't think about that, but I would also like that. I know a while back I think they redid the Dragon Zord, but I would love to see it again. I mean, even now, like we said, secondary market, that thing's going to be hundreds of dollars, and it is. I'd love it to go along with my repro Megazord that I got. So that'd be cool. I agree. Those 8-inch ones, I never played with them because they didn't. I think I may have had like one, like a big. The fish guy.
Okay, gotcha.
The bad guy, but I didn't have any others because they weren't in scale, and so I didn't like that. They all had to be in scale. They had to all work together, all 6-inch or whatever. I don't know why.
You were already like a figure mark back then.
Well, no, I was just
like, that doesn't work for me, brother.
I already had some problems, I guess. So that's what
they usually start at a young age.
It all needs to be the same. So they wouldn't live in the same reality. But I think that's a really cool re-release. that I wish they had. And I think it would be cool for like re-releases. I am really hyped that they re-release those Beast War things. Those are cool because you're able to snag them. I don't know, like re-release some old brands that we don't have. Like I think they're bringing back Street Sharks potentially.
Biker Mice from Mars.
Yeah, well, they've done those as like the new stuff, like fully articulated. I wouldn't mind Biker Mice from Mars. Like, just give me the same molds and everything, and just put that out again.
Those are the kind of toys that I think are perfect for like the re-release of the retro style. Like there's some where I don't really think that it fits.
Yeah.
But that's a line that definitely fits because those were like cheaper. Like, listen, there weren't that many fans of the Biker Mice from Mars. Okay.
Everyone had at least one though, but yeah, there were because they were just like, here's this toy.
Exactly, but that was the whole allure of them was like they were born from that Ninja Turtles business model, right? Where it's just you have this crazy over the top mutant creature, or they had like the Skeleton Riders. I forget what the name of that.
Street Sharks. They had the one with the cows and the Wild West.
Exactly. So like they all were just like super cheap, toyetic looking toys. Though they were very bright, very shiny. They had like really cool, like artistic, like almost like a comic book packaging. Yeah, I'd say like bring those back. Those are perfect for that kind of thing.
Yeah, I think that'd be a great thing with that. I think even like the old Batman ones would be cool. But you got to think about all these. You got to make sure they have the same license with the same group because they switch around so much. You got to find who has the license, who owns it. I don't know how that works business wise. Like, does the toy manufacturer own the molds, or the molds owned by the whoever owns the intellectual property? I don't know.
Right. Yeah. That is an interesting point. I would imagine they belong to the toy maker simply because they're not commercially available. But if they were going to do like a re-release or a rerun, they'd probably then have to have a deal in place with whoever the IP owner is. That you bring up a good point as to why some of them might not happen. But in today's day and age with collecting how it is, like I think there has to be a market for almost everything, at least to warrant making at least a small run. I mean, we see, especially like if you follow wrestling figures at all, there's so many little companies popping up and signing deals with people. And some of them are going poorly, but some of them are going well. And they're establishing new brands that we, didn't have or didn't know of before. And now they're kind of standing up on their own. I mean, like look at the rise of Super 7 or the rise of NECA. Like these are lines that have been around for a minute, but they're just starting to really pop off because of some of the IP that they've got their hands on. And
people want that IP. People want that nostalgia. And so it's good for them.
Remember when the world wasn't burning alive? Remember when Maui wasn't on fire?
Yeah.
Now you can have toys that remind you of those.
It's a simpler time. Give us your money.
Exactly.
That's nostalgia for you. Well, thanks for joining us. What things did you wish were reproduced? Thanks for joining us. Until next time. All right, cool.